Welcome to Coheed Friendship Unit. I'm Chris. I am here with Brian
What's going on?
and Jeremy.
Hey, what's good?
Emily Rogers is a well-respected Nintendo leaker. She gets a lot of stuff right quite often. Said that we're going to be seeing some Nintendo Switch VR, and then several other outlets corroborated that their sources also said we're going to be seeing some kind of Nintendo Switch VR, possibly via Labo. We're going to talk all about that. But real quick, we are doing a giveaway. Every 10 subs, we're handing out a Steam code. All you have to do is be subscribed. You can see more on our channel page. Let's go. Let's go. So, Nintendo Switch VR, what do you guys think about it? And what games do you guys want to see on it?
Um, how is this going to work? So we had been kind of like talking beforehand, and Chris, you had brought up like, oh, like a lot of smartphones have this, but a lot of smartphones are the size that you can like more or less conveniently stick into a thing and then strap onto your face. Like,
The Switch is about the size of my phone. Not my phone is much thinner, but the actual like footprint is similar, which is an 8
uh,
plus.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little. The Switch is a little bigger, but it's not.
It's not
Totally
out of
similar.
the
Yeah, but
ordinary.
it's heavier.
It is
It's
heavy.
much heavier.
It is much heavier.
Which when that is attached to your face, how do you think that's gonna make your neck feel?
Great. It's gonna feel great.
Super
It's
great.
gonna feel fantastic.
Well, so since you asked that, Brian, I actually had to do some digging, which made me even more validate this kind of rumor. The actual Switch itself has a gyroscope and an accelerometer. I thought only the Joy-Con did, but the actual Switch unit itself has those. So it could work very similar to Google Cardboard if there was like a Labo kit with
It's
the
not gonna be a Labo kit, dude. A Labo is not a piece of cardboard is not strong enough to support that. It's
well,
not.
okay, maybe not a lab, but like maybe a Google Daydream, just something that you slide your phone into, or Switch, or hook your Switch into, and then the Joy-Con act as your hand presence. I think that's ultimate, like, because the Switch itself has the gyroscope and the accelerometer, so it would only have the 6 degrees of motion, like you wouldn't be able to lean, unless they could do some weird IR business, but I don't think those IR cameras are good enough. And then, yeah, you'd have the Joy-Con for your hand presence.
All right, so how about this? This is gonna sound stupid, but hear me out on it. You put the Switch on top of your head, right? And then through the HDMI port, it drives like a goggle set. And you have like a hat that contains the Switch on top, and it just reorients the gyroscope so it's, in line with how it's oriented on top of your head. And then you only have a little like eyepiece instead of a big giant thing hanging off of your face. I mean,
I mean, yeah, like I guess like
because they have to go one of two ways with this. They have to either make a thing that the Switch goes into and then attaches to your body, which is going to be unwieldy, or they have to have the Switch driving some sort of external display that you're wearing. Like, that's pretty much how VR breaks down.
so it weighs 0.66 pounds. I like the whole HTC Vive unit weighs more than that, which I know that's the whole unit, but
Yeah, well, when you put in whatever, it's not going to be like a cardboard thing. A phone doesn't weigh point
yeah,
six.
but they can make it comfortable. Is
Yeah,
my point. Like,
No, they can't. That's gonna be like
Yeah,
10
that's gonna
pounds,
it's
dude.
gonna
On
be
your
really
neck, that's gonna be
challenging.
really heavy.
I don't
Which
know.
is why
I'm not
you
worried
should
about
put
it.
it.
10
You should put it on
pounds?
top of the head, dude. Like if
Wait,
you
why
put
do
it
you
on
say
top
10
of
pounds?
Because I figured that
the
a phone
torque, dude.
isn't more than 2 pounds.
Where is the 10 coming from?
You said an HTC Vive unit
Yeah.
is 6 pounds.
No,
A phone, I doubt
one
weighs
pound.
a pound.
1 pound. The Switch
1
is
pound?
0.66
Oh,
pounds.
0.66.
Yeah.
Nah, you're right. Okay, maybe it would be. That's
it's gonna
It's
be a
still a
lot.
lot.
It's gonna be a lot.
I'd be more worried
And
about the
further,
heat that it puts out.
Right, and how far away is it going to be from your face?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, if it's too far away from your face, then what Jay was saying, it puts a lot of like the further away you go, the more effectively, the more weight it puts on your neck joint
Yeah.
because of the torque. So like, I don't see them really being able to get away with that very well.
I
I just
totally
would we want
disagree,
this?
but
None of the first-party Switch games seemed like they would be cool in VR. Like it just seems like a waste of energy.
well, I assume that
Like I know everyone has to do the hot new gimmick, but like
I assume it would be new. I mean, I assume it would be new. It would have to be new software. And I was gonna ask you guys like what games you think would work.
the same
Um,
exact games that would work on PC and on console.
Well, Nintendo games. So like I was thinking
None
Pokemon Snap would be a good fit.
Animal Crossing.
Yeah, that would be cool as fuck. But
Duck Hunt would be a good fit. And they already have a Mario Kart VR game that runs on the HTC Vive. So that already exists. So I assume they could port that.
Yeah, I mean, like they could come up with stuff, but I see it as being more gimmicky than anything else. Like,
Yeah.
the Switch is already weird enough. Like, you don't need to try to follow what everybody else is doing. You've set yourself apart in the market by the design of your product. So like, just stick with that. And
Yeah.
like they don't need to be doing this stuff.
So my biggest issue with it is like you were concerned about the weight. Mine is more like hardware specific, where the Switch I had a PSVR, and like my biggest issues with it was the like occasional frame dips would be an issue. The hand presence was absolutely terrible, and it was pretty solid experience, but it left some stuff to be desired. And I think the Switch, so the PSVR could theoretically refresh at 90, or it could run at 120 hertz, and the screen could refresh at like 90 hertz usually. The Switch screen can only refresh at 60 hertz, which is not great for motion sickness. The Switch is also not the most powerful, so I assume it would struggle to hit the 60 frames per second on some of the experiences, so that could cause motion sickness issues. And I don't see the Joy-Con as a particularly good hand presence solution. Those are my biggest issues with it.
I mean, didn't really understand a lot of the hand presence.
Oh,
stuff
well, so
because I have
with like the Oculus Rift, like all the buttons on the controller have capacitive touch sensitivity. So if you have your finger on like a button, it knows it. And if you take your finger, like not pressing the button down, but just like resting on it. So like, and they kind of like attach to your hands in a way that you can like freely lift your fingers off of it. And like that reflects in the game. Like when you're holding the controllers, it's like you're kind of making a fist. And if you want to point, you can take your finger off the controller and the controller knows, and it shows in the game you like pointing. Like that's like just having your hands physically in VR working with all your fingers and stuff.
Does the Switch even have the capacity to track a Joy-Con like in 3D space?
Not well, no. So it just has the gyroscope and accelerometer. So like it can, but not well.
I don't know. It seems stupid. If they were gonna do it, I've said for a long time, pretty much since they came out with VR, that I think like on-rail shooters is like the best example of a genre I think would work well. So I think Pokemon Snap would be cool, but they're not gonna do it. Duck Hunt also I thought was a solid idea, but again, I don't think they're gonna make. Duck Hunt is so nostalgia-y that they might do that, but I just think the whole exercise is kind of silly.
Well, the only other games I could really think of off the top of my head, and if Brian has more, he can chime in, would be any of like just cherry pick a few of the Virtual Boy games and remake them.
Yeah, like a
But
Virtual
most of them
Boy,
weren't-
like package.
That's what I'm saying. They'd have to be first
Most of them
party.
weren't that good.
I know. But if you got like Mario Clash and Wario Land and Mario Tennis or something, could be
Yeah,
like
but
a
that
decent
would be
3-pack.
that'd be about all you want.
I know that yeah. Also, like there's
If you really
a lot
wanted to
like
go
Waterworld they wouldn't get, you know.
and if you really wanted to go classic with it, they'd have to be all in monochrome red.
Well, I think they would
Which,
not do that. That would be
well, okay, but
stupid. So it
I don't know.
sounds like
I
none
don't-
of us are too jazzed about it.
yeah, I'm not that hot.
I mean, I'm on record that I don't like VR, so I don't like this either.
I'm hot if it's like under $50 with a lot of software. Then I'm hot.
Which it probably won't.
Yeah,
be.
that seems unrealistic.
Yeah. But if it's like $100 or some, because like the Labo kits, like the robot Labo kit and stuff, those are $80. If it's like that
Yeah,
with not a lot of content and not like a lot of promise of it being like a new platform, then I'm out.
And
Dude, you
Labo
could
is
be
just
a
fucking
punching
cardboard. This is
robot.
going to be like a whole plastic
You could be a
configuration.
punching robot that punches and like you build it. Like that's way more fun than this.
Unless
Sorry,
they
but
unless
yeah.
they added VR to the robot.
that'd be pretty cool. But no, you can't do
Like
it.
like the robot goes into VR, like he puts
No,
on a
you
VR
are
headset.
the robot, and then you punch everything that you see.
What?
That's the game.
Yeah, that's the game.
You
Like,
become
didn't
a
you-
robot?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You like
that's
wear
the-
the robot suit.
You put on a robot suit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you just
you've never
destroy
fucking seen
everything. Yeah,
Okay.
that was like the high dollar Labo kit.
Yeah, that was like
Oh,
the
okay.
premium
But you don't
Punching,
become
shit.
you're
the
the
robot.
punching robot.
Oh
dude.
yeah, I remember that now. That was
And
kind
then you become the robot, and you punch everything. That's the game. I'd pay $80 for that.
Well, I have news for you. It's now like $30, so
There you go.
there you go. All right, so I mean, I think we covered it. Like, there's a few like ideas that might be fun, but we're skeptical. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, cool. In that case, you can send them off, Brian. All right.
He's trying his best.
He's trying his best. I'll have to do it this time. Poor guy. Well, like I said, we're having a giveaway. All you have to do is be subscribed. We're giving away Steam codes left and right. We only have 200 subs, and we're giving them away every 10 subs. So the odds of you winning are pretty substantial. If you like the video, throw us a like. Let us know down below what game you think would go well in a Switch VR scenario. And we will catch you guys next time. See ya.